Dad's life always seems to involve the woods. He always enjoyed walking through and being in the forest and harvesting wood. If I wanted to learn from him or talk to him, I had to be with him. Piling wood, cutting wood, delivering wood. It was hard work. I remember Dad saying how important it was to be respectful to the animals, to be respectful to the forest. They shared it. He said, we've been traveling this for so long. They know us and we know them. And we respect them. It's their home as well. And I think that's the important part of all this is the sharing of the land, and that's the Micmac way.
I work with our elders within our communities and from across Canada. I've heard elders make reference to the forest as their gardens. Through this lens, I learned to appreciate forestry in a different way, how complex and interconnected everything is. Prior to European contact, there was the assumption that the Indigenous communities weren't utilizing these forests, but that wasn't true. Recent studies have actually demonstrated that Indigenous communities actually were actively engaged in managing the forests. Those forests were more diverse and ecologically rich than other forests. They supported entire nations. They still supported a thriving economy and trade. Micmac guiding principles guided their approach to forestry. Nedigalant speaks to the ability for our communities to use the gifts of the Creator to help sustain and provide a thriving, healthy community without jeopardizing the ecological integrity of the land. And that we always leave something for future generations. So how can we apply those kind of values and concepts in a modern day context for forestry for Nova Scotia? That's what we're looking to achieve on our MFI lands.
KMKNO was able to identify lands that the province decided should be managed by the Micmac. CMM and Unama'ki Institute of Natural Resources, we had those technicians that could actually help us manage those lands. So we just came together and formed what's now known as the Micmac Forestry Initiative. It's completely new because it's led by the Micmac of Nova Scotia. For years and years, generations and generations, our resources, our lands, our waters were always managed by other people. So this was a way of kind of bringing our people back into the fold, managing and being responsible for the lands that surround us. In order for us to share responsibility, we have to understand each other. We use two-eyed seeing, this bridging of two worldviews coming together and working together alongside each other. Respecting and understanding the perspectives of both the Indigenous way of knowing and existing, as well as the Western science view of doing things. We need to create jobs, create projects, create revenue, but we have to, as Micmac, ensure we're not creating that revenue, building those economies at the cost of destroying our natural world.
I see MFI as an opportunity for other forestry companies and foresters to manage the forest better, not just for our communities, but for all of Nova Scotia.
And really work towards protecting our forests and meeting those responsibilities to those 7 generations that follow us. Not just my 7 generations, but your 7 generations, Nova Scotians 7 generations from now.
The Micmac Forestry Initiative is rooted in Micmac values. Micmac values and traditions. To provide, to teach, to guide where we want to be today, tomorrow, the next day. Impacts all First Nations, all Micmac people. We all need to come together, working together for the benefit of all.